Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Weekly Pull. I'm Sal, and we are all here to chat about the latest and greatest. Of course, we have a special guest today, and that is Ben Poole over here.
No, it's Fat Pool. I've got a running gag going right now.
Oh, Fat Poole. Okay.
I'm Fat Pool.
What makes you different from the regular Deadpool, Fat Pool?
I eat more chimichangas.
You represent, because Deadpool really only talks a big game about the chimichangas.
Right, I'm at every taco bar eating every chimichanga you can possibly have.
I can only assume that means your healing factor is weaker, because I assumed, that's how Deadpool is able to stay as,
Svelte.
thin as...
Oh, no, it is. It totally burns all of the calories. Now, just so you know, when you're wearing a mask that hides your face, you have to be overly animated so people can know what you're doing.
I gotta tell you, it's actually kind of conveying what you want. It's really working.
Exactly. It's entirely how you understand. Everyone's like, you're acting like a cartoon character. I'm like, well, I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally a cartoon character right now. Yeah, that's accurate. I can't argue with that.
It's either talk with movement or have the artist kind of cheat with your eyes to make those convey emotion.
Right. Which was very interesting in the Spider-Man Homecoming, how they had the eyes, they actually emoted various things. I totally knew what was going on.
Yeah, you're gonna need. I think you need an upgrade from Tony Stark there. Maybe you can have some more emotive eyes. So, all right, so
well, hang on. But by the way, the man, myth, legend. Just subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Wow, that's his name.
Well, thank you so very, very much. Splooge in your face.
Badum-tish.
That was fun.
All over your face with the splooge signal. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, I like this character. Welcome to the show.
You guys didn't want Comicstorian, you wanted Fat Pool.
Yeah, I think Fat Pool is going to have to be a permanent addition to the show.
We've officially gone full morning zoo now. We have characters.
Yeah, what we need is now a soundboard.
Hold on. I was informed by Comicstorian to do one thing in particular. I just needed to wait for Joel to talk for a second.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, at any point within this podcast, I will just throw it at Joel. So let's just see how long before he forgets that I'm
Let's
waiting.
see it. Okay. It's a time bomb.
Hang on, while we're waiting, Walking Bread has been subscribed for 9 months. Dante Turtle for 13 months, and Decepticon 690 for 15 months.
Thank you, guys.
Splooge!
Now you got to go get that hat.
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay, good.
That was powerful.
Now I'm trying to figure out how Deadpool drinks things.
Yeah. There you go.
Osmosis? There you go.
So, Joel, what's first on the list of topics that we have fit to print for today?
Well, as you may
Shut
have...
up, Joel!
Oh, it happened.
It's nice to know Benny was thinking about me, Fat Fool, and that he was able to send a message.
Yeah. I like that he spun around in the chair.
Yeah.
Whatever became of Benny, we may never know.
I don't know, but he left.
I knocked over Benny's Bleed statue. He might have been upset if the wings broke.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, whether you knew it or not, this week it was the big D23 Expo. Used to be Disney just talked about all their movie and animation projects they have coming out, but now they own Star Wars and Marvel, which means this has gotten so much bigger.
Yeah, D23 basically became like the San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel stuff and Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
It really is, and perhaps one of the biggest pieces of news had nothing to do with a movie or a TV show or anything. It had everything to do with a new resort they're apparently going to start up very soon.
Star Wars Land! I cannot wait to go!
Yeah.
Neither can I. It's basically Westworld, but for Star Wars. We'll give you costumes. The windows will only show space. There'll be missions you can take.
Oh, yeah, that's the combination... Yeah, the resort plus the park. You get both. You get, you can go to the world, and then you can sleep in the universe. Oh, man. That's 2019,
So,
I
did you
think.
see the joke on Twitter about the whole thing?
No.
Like, they showed the concept art, which had, maybe 50 people in there, and someone's like, let me correct that, and they just flooded it with people.
Nah.
Yeah.
You couldn't see anything in the park.
Yeah.
Now, when is the Weekly Pull going to take our group retreat there? Because let's face it, I don't want to go here with my family, is all I'm going to say.
Why not?
I'd much rather go with you.
I don't want to have to explain what's happening to my family. Like, what is this?
No, Mom, don't buy death sticks from that guy. You don't want death
You
sticks.
don't want to buy death sticks.
But the red lightsabers are so much better than the green and the blue.
Oh, but then that means you're evil, Mom.
You're a black hat. You watched Westworld. I know you did.
Man, yeah. 2019 can't come soon enough. I will definitely be getting
Really,
a seat
really
there.
excited.
I just gotta start saving up now. Unfortunately, the other thing that they needed to add to that picture was like 1,000 children per square inch.
That's what I'm saying. If you look it up, you can see the way it's corrected. Let me see. Star Wars Land.
Can I order some blue milk when I get there and a bantha steak?
You
I think
know you'll be able to, and Wookiee cookies and all
And
of
Jawa
it.
juice.
You know they're gonna have that.
I'm so happy right
know
now.
it.
Yeah.
Just
And
the
to think-
thought.
Yeah, just because that's all they think about over there. Like, literally, there is someone right now in a room thinking about what is going to go on the menus at some of these
Here's the
places.
thing.
An
I mean,
Imagineer is locked up in a
can't find
dungeon.
it.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that over at who was it, Universal Studios, where they had the Simpsons Land or Simpsons
Yeah.
section, you can. They're out of Bort license plates. There means that there's no question that over in Disney they're going to do everything to that degree. By the way, apparently, little known fact: if you go to the front desk and ask for a Bort license plate, they have them back there. They keep them there.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah.
And also, like, probably if we go to a cantina, they'll have 2 whole songs that they can play there.
Exactly.
Live.
It's going to be 2 whole songs, both of them played on Rastafarian instruments.
Oh, and Max Rebo will have a concert too, but you got to get there at like the 2, because if you miss the 2, you'll have to come back for the 5 Max Rebo.
Then you're going to have to go to Jabba's Skiff. Because, actually, no, he's dead.
I
Max
really...
Rebo
Oh,
did
that's
not
right.
make
It's,
it.
yeah, because apparently it's set in the Force Awakens timeline, so like
Oh.
it's after all the cool guys are dead.
They'll have a new hut. They'll have Newbie the Hut. You can hang out with him. He's fine.
And you're going to have to hope that, like, Max Rebo had, like, a brother, Marvin Rebo.
Yeah. Marvin
Some
Rebo,
Max-
god damn it.
Yeah,
That is
I was making a
Back to the Future
reference
joke.
all at the same time.
That's really good.
You're crossing your nerd streams, Tiff.
I gotta go.
But yeah,
Leave it
that's
on a high note.
freaking awesome. I can't wait for this. This is going to be cool. And you're right, Sal. Save up now, because if it's like any other Disney park, it's probably going to cost you an arm and a leg to get in.
I bet it's already booked. I know they probably aren't taking bookings, but somehow it's already booked.
Well, I mean, like, let's say there's, I don't know, a couple thousand people working on it. They all have families, and they're all already there, so
Yeah.
that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I'm so excited though. Like, this is just like, it's like everything that I could have ever wanted, and we can actually have it. It's like for people who are huge Lord of the Rings fans and they get to go to New Zealand. It's like, here it is. This is literally it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we could go to Tunisia, but it's not really the same experience.
No, going to Tunisia versus going to New Zealand is very different, especially since
Yeah, like-
most of the moisture farm places are all like in the middle of the desert,
Yeah.
and there's no bar, there's no green dragon for you to drink at.
Yeah.
And aren't a lot of those places like actual war zones in Tunisia right now, too?
A little bit.
That's
Maybe.
It's
unfortunate.
a little dangerous. But hey, maybe what we could do is we don't have to stay in Star Wars Land. We could stay in one of the the lesser expensive resorts.
Okay, no, I am staying in Star Wars.
I was gonna say, and then we just
that's like when we went down to go visit Disney World, and a bunch of our friends tried to stay in like 5 miles away in one of the rundown hotels. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're doing it, you do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say,
Gotta
and then
go
you
all
just
in.
slip into the Star Wars resort and just immerse yourself in the experience and pretend like you're staying there.
No, I want the whole thing. I want
Right, so you're going to get the experience of being one of the moisture farmers who then has to look at all the cool stuff and go somewhere else.
Yeah. I guess
Aw.
that's fair. Yeah, no, you want to wake up in Star Wars. You want to be woken up by stormtrooper drills and
Yeah, like them knocking on the door looking to search your place for droids. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. The frustrating thing is that, like, as I recall, when
Okay,
I was...
got
Hey!
Benny all along?
Comicstorian has decided to stop by. Well, tell Factpool it was great having him here.
the right eye is stitched weird, so it like keeps poking me in the eye on this mask.
This
Which
is
like
honest-
doing a minute-long intro, okay, that's fun. But doing
Right.
like an hour-long podcast, 15 minutes
Yeah,
in, I'm
Not
like,
going to work.
"Ah!"
Hashtag cosplay woes. Yeah, but Star Wars. I mean, Benny, I assume you've already reserved your place.
Oh, I've already booked tickets. Bought a timeshare out there. I've bought my own land speeder. I'm good.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've gone
no.
full in, Lance Peter.
I've gone all in. Yeah, I'm moving.
Benny's
there.
like, no, I'm
Once
just gonna
that-
live
Once that
there.
comes out, I'm shutting down the channel and everything, and I'm just gonna go become a Star Wars person.
I'm just gonna live in Star Wars.
I'm just gonna
actually-
live in Star Wars.
It's
I don't
such a
blame you.
beautiful Disney thing where it's like, hey, you like our movies, you like all this other stuff. Well, what if you could go to Star Wars and you could pay us to go to Star Wars?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There is a Renaissance fair up in Tuxedo, New York. We go there often, and there a bunch of times we saw this wizard, right, walking around. We knew some folk who worked at the Renaissance fair, and we asked them, like, what's up with the wizard? They're like, he doesn't work here. He buys a season pass, and he just comes every day and just acts like
He
he's
is a
part of
wizard.
everything.
And by the way, not
That's
like a
gonna be Benny.
Yeah.
Benny's just gonna be like, yeah, no. They're gonna be
Hello,
like, "You work
young
here?" He's
Jedi
like,
Padawans. I'm here to train you. No, you're not, sir. You have to leave the park.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave. This is better than real life. This is everything I've
God.
ever wanted.
That's
You know what?
happening.
I'm
I
gonna
come with
love.
my own little land speeder, which is actually just attached to a bicycle.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna love is that when nerds eventually do what nerds do and take this too far, you know there's gonna be some dickheads who come dressed up in like Starfleet uniforms, and it's like, no.
No. And they're like, oh, there's no
But
sign of
even if
intelligent
they
life on this
do-
planet. Like,
Even if they do, the Empire will give them a hard time.
oh, yeah.
Dude, stormtroopers, round these guys up and get them out of here.
Yeah.
You know they already have, like, pre-recorded responses for Star Trek geeks and stuff.
Ugh.
Yes.
Well, that's like the donkey in Universal, where you think he does, or the fountain in one of those too.
Yeah?
They have the donkey and the fountain, the donkey from Shrek, and they have the fountain. I want to say Islands of Adventure, and then like regular Universal or whatever.
Okay.
You think that they're all pre-programmed, they sound it, but there's actually a guy there. So
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool.
yeah, so like you'll be just talking, thinking he's normal, and he'll be like, "What'd you say? What'd you come over here? You in the hat back there?"
Right.
Wow.
No, not me!
The donkey's
that.
mad.
Oh, man. If that's the case, then yeah, Star Wars is going to be even more immersive than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that like Disney won't do that if Universal's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so excited.
Me
So
too.
excited.
What else came out of D3?
Oh man,
D23.
so much
A
much
lot
came
of
out of
toys
it.
that I sent people over there to buy for me.
Oh yeah. Oh
Nice.
yeah, man. If you're a toy collector, get ready.
I just wanna know, in this
for those of you
pod-
guys wondering, we are launching an eBay business where we go and acquire rare products and sell it for higher resale values.
Oh, wow. That's a profitable business, as I understand it.
There you
It
go.
very much is. And we had a guy on ground there. He dropped like $1,000 on exclusives. It was funny as hell because I got a text like, "I got my ticket. I'm in line." And I'm like, and I texted back, "And you're probably going to spend all day in the merch line." And
Yeah. Well, enjoy.
Oh. So then he must have missed that Mary Poppins.
Oh, you guys, it's Brandon. You know Brandon. Who was there?
No.
You're telling us like we don't know. It's like, yeah, our buddy Brandon.
Yeah, our buddy Brandon. He's been helping out with this whole business launch because he gets to go to all these conventions.
Yeah, and stand
That's
in
where I'm
line
at.
for you.
That
He
dude's a
likes
freaking
it.
trooper when it
He
comes
likes
to
the
merch.
chase.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
like-
yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
he is a trooper. Yeah, I don't understand him in the chase. It's like, I got in line. Okay, that was your chase. That was what
It's like,
you
yeah,
did.
but they could have capped the line.
Yeah.
True.
It's like, oh.
That happened to us at AX. We were in AX and we were trying to get there was this hoodie that Sean wanted, one of their guys, and they kept capping the line. So he just came in really early one day and just stood right behind the guy. He's like, the line's capped. He goes, "Oh, I know. I'm just sitting here checking my phone." And he stood there till they uncapped it and he just walked his way in.
Wow.
I mean, if they're going to keep
That's
capping it, that's the way you got to do it.
Yeah.
Take no prisoners, man. This is extreme merch hunting.
Yeah, it's extreme conning.
Dude, that's a
It's
show.
beyond
pitch
me,
right
man.
there.
I show up to those things and I'm like, "Oh, that has a line. Won't be there." I mean, one of the times we showed up and we tried to get in the side entrance, the media entrance, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to go in the regular line." And it was AX, and I looked at the regular line. It was a 5-hour wait to get into AX the first day,
Nope.
and so I'm like, I'm going to leave if I have to get in a 5-hour line to get into AX. I'm not staying for that.
No.
He was all about the Funkos in Seattle, right? He'd disappear for a couple hours. They'd be like, "Hey, Brandon, how's the hunt going? Okay, I got this, and
He's
this."
like,
man."
boom! Funko, I got one!
And I'm like,
Yeah, that's basically it. He did the same thing. He got all the Disney ones. He got also the Funko things. If there's anything really cool, Tiffany, that you wanted from D23, let me know. I probably have one in the store.
That's probably one.
That is awesome.
I'll give you the friend rate.
If you're sending him to Comic-Con, there's a couple things.
He
over there.
apparently lost his ticket to that, and I've gotten 4 offers and turned them down as well because, like, see, this is what I was trying to explain. I'm like, San Diego's great, but for all of our channels,
Yeah.
it's better to not go
Yeah,
because of all the
'Cause you can
information that
make
goes
videos.
live that you can discuss on the fly.
Yeah,
true.
it's true. It's absolutely true. There's one thing I really want from there though, so we'll see.
Well, San Diego.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's basically it. I mean, we're gonna try. Well, here's the thing with San Diego: they all have their own other retailers. It's like the Star Wars thing.
Oh.
yeah.
As far as I know, nothing's like really, truly 100% exclusive to this.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I mean, I
Aren't
might
they
be
gonna
wrong.
have,
I'm just saying as far as I know.
All right. Well,
Aren't they going to have replica Rick and Morty guns at this year's Comic-Con? I think they are.
I don't know. That sounds awesome.
If so, put me down for one. I need a portal gun. I need it real bad.
I have them like
every time anyone says that, I just think of Portal the game. And I just can't get that out of my head.
And it's like, oh, well, you can get any of those. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
There was a Rick and Morty truck driving around the United States.
Yeah.
Doing pop-up.
That's right.
I didn't.
So
I didn't bother to go. I'm not chasing more trucks around New York City.
I know we're going to talk more about
it just didn't come anywhere near me.
No.
like specifically you. Like they were
Right,
like
well, I mean, I think there was one in Denver, but that's like 45 minutes away. I'm
Yeah.
not driving that.
Exactly. No, the only
Yeah,
one that was
like,
near me
You
was
know
in the
who
city.
I am. Bring that truck to me.
So I know we're going to talk more about D23, but on the Star Wars thing from D23, there's going to be more clothes for ladies from Star Wars that is going to be in Star Wars land, and I'm really excited for that because they're doing like Leia's Bespin outfit and like her Hoth vest, and I'm like, just why do you make these things and then just take my money away? Like,
Well, also,
every
like,
time.
why don't you just make them available on your website? Then I could have them.
They probably will. I think they're going to start in Disney and then eventually go there.
Good, they should.
Potentially. But I know Disney gets kind of funny about that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they want exclusivity. They want you to have a couple things that are just theirs.
True. But anyway, what else came out from D23?
We got a ton of Avengers stuff. Now, obviously, it feels kind of awkward talking about this on the show because we really only got descriptions of the cool stuff that's happening. We got to see a couple statues. We got to see what the Thanos' Blackguard, Black Order are going to look like.
They're calling it the Children of Thanos.
Which is, okay, sure, that's a good way to explain them all away. I wonder if they're children literally or figuratively.
No, it's all figurative. There's no way that Corvus Glaive is Thanos' son.
I was just happy that Rob, because all weekend Rob was like, I'm telling you, it's the Fantastic Four.
I know.
And, unlike his normal trolliness, he was legit like, it's the Fantastic Four. But it's not the Fantastic Four.
No, I saw that video and I'm like, I'm sorry, man, it's not going to be the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, like it's not, dude. You didn't get ahead of the curve. You didn't figure this one out.
Yeah. Did he take that
We all
video
wanna
down or did
believe
he leave it up?
I think he left it up.
All
I
right.
think he did.
It's going down.
Because he was doing his usual thing where he kept updating the tags of whatever the new information was.
Oh.
I guess it makes sense to have, like, essentially, a bunch of people who can fight the Avengers, because even though Thanos is really strong, a bunch of Avengers fighting one guy could get boring. So now we have a quirky mini-boss squad to send out.
That's exactly what that
Boss
is.
Squad.
No, that is
That's
totally
totally what
There's
that
a Temple Guardians that so Spider-Man can beat one of the guys. Like, yeah. By the
feels
way,
good.
at least they're characters from the comics. Like,
Yeah.
It's not just like they made it. It's not like, oh god, or like Thanos found the Chitauri army and he launched it back at Earth again. Like, no. Like, they're not nameless, faceless dudes. I wonder if there'll be drones, like drone character, like little putties that are going to be thrown at the Avengers. But, I mean, there'll be plenty of action. As I understand it, from D23, they also announced that there was going to be a 30-minute long action sequence from Avengers Infinity War.
Nice.
I was like, I'm in. I'm normally not that in for like I love action sequences, but I'm like, all right, well we can chill this out. But if it's just
Right.
Doctor Strange like doing a fastball special with Spider-Man, like I am 100% in on a 30-minute action sequence.
Apparently, they're featured quite prominently in this. Apparently, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange hanging out together. Spider-Man wearing the Iron Spider armor.
As we probably thought that was going to happen.
No, he's not supposed to wear that because it's not the real one in the stupid movie.
No,
No.
Nah.
no, it's not. I
It's the
mean,
movie,
I
it's
guarantee
worth it.
those arms will come out of the back.
Oh, shit.
There's no
They
question that those.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
You didn't put it on there, okay? Because I did want because as you're speaking of the Spider-Man thing, I'll wait for Infinity War to end. But I got something to say about that real fast. That's not a spoiler.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, did you hear that it apparently has the second highest drop-off rate for Marvel movies?
What,
I
Spider-Man?
did see that.
Yeah, apparently the second week was the second highest drop-off rate out of all Marvel movies.
Wow.
Mainly because I
Wow.
don't think anyone was expecting Apes to be the sleeper hit that it was. Like, the Apes movies always did good, but everyone was like, no, really, though, you gotta see this third one.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I would have assumed it's just because everybody saw Spider-Man the first week.
I mean, that probably.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't know. We'll see. I think, honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with Spider-Man or whatever. I think in general, people are just getting kind of tired of every 2 months is a superhero movie, and they're getting to the point where, like, the movie situation has gotten to the point where we're oversaturated, and you can pick and choose what you want to do. It's the same thing that happened to the video game market, where it used to be like, well, every game sold huge,
Yeah.
but it's like, well, now there's 20 games a month. That's not going to happen.
No.
And I feel like that's how we're getting with the movies, because not only are the superhero movies now competing with each other, where we have like 4 or 5 a year, but we also have the outliers like the Logans, and we also have like the Planet of the Apes franchises, and the Dark Universe franchises, and the Transformer franchises, and it's just.
I don't think we got to worry about the Dark Universe.
Oh, I know.
But they are trying. Like they're put like everything is a franchise, and everything is jockeying for the almighty dollar that the like normal movie-going experience, like people are going to go see. Obviously, like
it's the same inherent problem that Marvel has with the like 52 comics versus DC's like 36 comics, and then Image's 109 new number ones a month.
Yeah.
Like comics. Oh, we're not making as much money as we used to. Well, yeah, because there's literally triple the amount of comics out every month. There's triple the amount of video games, and there's triple the amount of franchise summer blockbuster. Oh my God, you can't miss this movie that is coming out.
Yeah, I saw a lot of chatter regarding people talking about like how they're like, I'm going to skip XYZ because I want to go see Thor, and I'm like, you're not going to have enough money or time to go to the movies in November? Is that the idea here? Like. Yeah. I don't know. It for me, when people say like they don't have like when they need to pick and choose the movies they're gonna go see, I'm like, you really don't have like 3 hours at some time during the weekend. But like at the same time, I guess people don't. And
that's true.
I know that.
How many shows did you fall behind on? And like literally, you could be like, well, you just needed 45 minutes.
I don't really watch TV, so.
Well, fine. I was like, I haven't even seen the latest episode of Game of Thrones. It just came out Sunday.
Yeah,
I haven't had time to watch it.
Same. It was my birthday. I had a bunch of crazy shit. Maintenance people were here today. I want to see it. Everyone keeps talking about Ed Sheeran for some reason. I want to see why.
Exactly. And that's what I mean, though. It's like we've gotten to the point where there's so much entertainment to digest that there's not enough time in the world anymore.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to finish the comic books from last week.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
To say nothing of all the other media, like digital media, we've got like YouTube shows, podcasts. I remember podcast was the big thing that like always fell by the wayside for me. I was like, I don't have time to listen to all these shows.
Right. Well, yeah, that's always been a problem.
In
general.
Yeah.
Although podcasts are now on the big rise from all the meetings I've had lately. Apparently, video podcasts are a thing. Did you guys know video podcasts are a thing?
That's weird.
I've heard of it.
Video podcasting, you say, where people listen to a show, but they can also see the hosts.
Exactly. It's. I've never heard of this, and I thought maybe we should get on the ball with that.
Yeah, that's wild.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think video podcasts are a thing on the rise?
Yeah, that might be a thing. It would have been a good idea to start that like maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, maybe like the 3 best people in the comic book community just kind of came together.
Right, just doing a show and then having it come out on a weekly basis, almost without fail.
All joking aside, I've literally been in 3 meetings over the last 3 weeks while I was moving and everything on calls with people trying to pitch the concept of video podcasting to me.
You're like,
Like, oh, it's on the rise, man. It's the new big thing. People are liking long form content where people discuss things. You don't say.
Yeah. Did you look at our library? But yeah. That's nuts. I like being told that what I've been doing for the last 3 years is a good idea by authorities.
Exactly.
Like, now that I have permission, I guess we'll just keep going. Well, yeah, but and even though I didn't really know that was a thing, I also need to tell you how to do it.
Exactly. Well, here's how you should properly do it. Oh, that's the secret this whole time.
Exactly.
I only helped write the book on it, but thank you.
Yeah. So what else we got on the docket?
Again, just to wrap up the Avengers topic here, some cool character stuff that was described to us. On the run, Captain America is going to have a big grizzly beard. He's going to have ripped off all of his logos. It's basically the movie's answer to Nomad, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah. I like the idea of Nomad being a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even if they don't. I guarantee they won't call him Nomad.
No.
He won't have a yellow cape. Nor will
stupid plunging neckline.
No, we're not gonna get that character. But we are gonna get like
just so far.
He'll probably just talk about how like somebody will refer to him as being nomadic, or what's his name? Iron Man will be like you were on your little nomad thing going on there.
I like it.
I'm just giggling at the idea of that, and just It'll just be like every fan sitting in the audience be like, "Oh!"
Yeah. Oh, Nomad! We got a reference.
When Rob and I saw the Spider-Man movie, we went over there. In the first 5 minutes, they did it's not really a spoiler, but the announcement of like what are they called? The crew that picks up everything.
Damage control.
Damage control. They said that, and Rob screamed in the theater. I was like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Rob, please don't do this every 5 minutes."
Now, did Rob
also
like
scream?
Did Rob like seeing himself in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, he's hating that right now. So many people are tweeting him.
Yes, Spider-Man!
He's like, "I get it. I'm a fat guy. What the hell?"
See, I don't even think it was the fat thing. It's like he's also super positive and loves superheroes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
more
sure
like
there's
it's more like a big fun dude who yells positive things at superheroes. I mean, that's literally what Rob does.
Go Spider-Man! Go Iron Man!
Yeah, yeah. Like, come on, that's him to a T.
Yeah.
But
I mean, sure, but he's not taking it that way from everyone's tweeting him.
but he's not taking it that way. Well,
I agree. I mean, I don't look at it like that.
No,
but
but the audience definitely can run things.
We love you, Rob.
Yeah. Rob's in the chat. You fucked.
Another interesting thing about like updated heroes for Infinity War, apparently because Black Widow has gone underground now, she's gone blonde, which is funny now because there was a blonde Black Widow in the comics. I wonder, will she take the name of that other Black Widow as like her alias?
I guarantee if it's even spoken, it'll be on like a driver's license. You know, like
That's cool.
She'll have her ID somewhere. Like they'll be in like a safe house, and Cap will like take it and be like, "Yelena, really? You don't really look like a Yelena." And she'll be like, put that away. It doesn't matter. Thanos has taken over.
I love that attention to detail where it's like, well, obviously we make her blonde and give her like a green costume because there was a blonde Black Widow at one point.
Yeah, and we just don't want to make it confusing by having another Black Widow, so we'll just make the old Black Widow become that Black Widow.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
Also, Thanos throws the moon apparently, and everyone's really hyped about that.
Also,
Yeah, I saw those little things too.
Sweet.
He throws the moon.
I mean, I'm down for whatever they've got. I'm picking up whatever they're putting down. As Tiffany was saying.
I like to. I was joking on like an old episode about casual Thanos, and indeed, in this thing, we get to see a casual Thanos. He's let the armor go. He's just wearing some normal shoes. This is a Thanos who's got to take care of some shit. He's not sitting in his throne with his fancy armor anymore.
I gotta tell you, I get because he looks like Farmer Thanos at the end of Infinity Gauntlet,
Ooh.
and I gotta tell you, I don't think that's what kind of Thanos we're getting. I feel like this is going to be what Thanos looks like. I feel like Thanos is just going to be like, oh, the armor looks silly. I'm not going to wear it.
I don't like that. I don't
like it either.
His Vans.
No, I just say in his Vans.
He's wearing Vans.
He is wearing Vans.
I'm Thanos. Check me do a sick flip on this board.
Yeah.
Well, I assume.
Yeah, Thanos, do a flip.
Right?
I assumed it was a Dragon Ball Z thing where he's like, oh, once I take off my weighted clothing, I'm even stronger than I was before.
Did you picture that? And he drops it, and he's like, Super Saiyan Thanos! Like, hair sprouts out.
There's no question that something like that will happen, though. He might not get hair, but at least he'll, like, blast energy out of his head.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The more we talk about this, the more I like it.
The more on board I
our
am.
version of Infinity War better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was just a big DBZ parody. I guess moving away from the realm of movie to the realm of comics, it feels like every week on the show we've announced a new Batman Elseworlds story by a prolific writer. And hey,
Yeah, what is happening?
I don't know, Tiff. Elseworlds are back in a big way, and we got another one. Famous Italian scribe Enrico Marin is going to be penning a brand new Batman Elseworld mini called The Dark Prince Charming.
What's
Yeah.
he doing?
Did you guys talk about White Knight?
We
Yes, we did.
But we can talk about it a little bit more if you have any opinions on it.
Oh, well, actually, I don't know how popular my opinion is. Don't worry, though. It's not going to be like a, ha Well, I feel like almost like a flip side to the diversity in the Marvel argument that, oh, Marvel's all diversity and whatever. You know, I feel like almost like a flip side to that. DC's answer was like, well, we're going to have an SJW too, but it's the Joker. We're turning all SJWs into Joker.
What?
Think about that. They're basically like the whole
White
SJW
Knight.
argument. And
Yeah, but
they're
the
like,
Joker's the good guy in the story, though. Batman's the
right.
bad
He
guy.
is the good guy, but you're still going. Like any person that comes over and is like, "Oh, I gotta fight for diversity. I gotta argue it up and down and blah blah blah." Like the people that are the SJW, the one that the just like any movement, you know, the ones that everyone hates versus the ones that are trying to make the movement happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that we hate, it's like almost like you can be like, well, so is the Joker, so what you're doing isn't right. Oh, but the Joker was a good guy in that. But it's the Joker.
Right, but it's the Joker. Yeah, but like how seriously can you take his message when it's the Joker? Even if like he's the good guy.
I agree, but I just feel like I don't know what they're thinking. I just don't know if it's like a way of DC to be like, ha ha ha, this is our, you know, or it honestly, when I heard the plan, I was like, that's actually a really genius Joker plan. Turn the city against Batman,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't think they thought about it at all. I just think they took the name White Knight because it's the opposite of Dark Knight. I think everyone's reaching for low-hanging fruits and overthinking this a ton.
Oh, did you read what the plot is?
Yeah. Yeah, Batman is an evil, Trump-esque 1%er dude who rules Gotham with an iron fist and the crazy anarchist Joker who opposes him.
Well, I'd say, see, from what I read, the Joker is trying to make everyone believe that about Batman, but it's not actually what's going on. It's just a standard Joker plot to flip everyone on him.
Oh, well, I guess we'll have to read it and find out.
Yeah, like basically Joker's decided to become an SJW to turn everyone against Batman. That's the plot that I read. Now, obviously, we've only seen various little things. It could just be any of that's right or wrong. I'm just saying, from what I read the article-wise, it was Joker decides to go to town and decides the best way to get against Batman now is politics and turn Gotham against him. And so he basically argues Batman and Bruce Wayne and everyone, the 1%ers and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, like, it could go either way. It could be an Elseworlds story where, like, no, Joker's the good guy, like in the beginning of that Crime Syndicate movie that we saw.
That's how I read it, yeah.
But it could also just be like, no, it's a regular Batman story. It's just that the Joker tried a new tactic.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I get that it's Elseworlds, and that's fine because that frees them from whatever the fuck's going on right now.
Oh, like, yeah. Well, no matter what, they can be like, oh, it's a self-contained graphic novel, like Dark Knight: Last Crusade, which only a handful of people play. Apparently.
Well, it's kind of like DC Metal. If you they're like, oh no, it's in continuity. It works with the whole Rebirth theme, and I'm like, half of the stuff in this is not valid anymore. How does this work with anything?
I don't know.
It works now. See, I have a theory about Metal that because they're launching that new Dark Universe imprint that they're doing, I think by the end of the story, they'll retcon it and be like, yeah, that was all really important for this new imprint that we're doing who's off here to the side, like Young Animal and like the Wildstorm.
I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. It almost feels like this story was meant to happen at the beginning of the New 52. Or, Yeah,
or even a way to kick off Rebirth.
Yeah, because all of the costumes and everything match the old school stuff from 5-6 years ago.
Also, playing fast and loose with all the Earth 2 stuff as well, where it's like, yeah,
I don't know what they're thinking.
Now, this Dark Prince Charming thing is funny because we were talking about Batman Joker. This one is also going to be a Batman Joker story. Apparently, the Joker kidnaps a young girl who supposedly has a major connection to both Batman and the Joker.
Okay, what's the connection? Or is that the...
That's the mystery. We got to read the book.
You got to buy the book. Okay, well, fine.
I don't want to read the book. Just tell me.
It's funny. The pitch, it actually reminded me very much of... I don't know how many of you actually read Azzarello's Batman Europa, but that had a very similar setup, and it also turned into a Batman Joker road movie.
You're right.
So I wonder if this will be the same.
It could be. I'm excited for the... I'm excited about this initiative. I really like I really like Elseworlds. I like imaginary tales, or at least outside of continuity stories that are self-contained and then become really cool graphic novels. My issue becomes do they all have to be Joker stories though?
They do all seem to be Batman focused or Nightwing focused even.
Yeah, I get that they're all Batman stories. I don't really necessarily agree that they should be, just because it's there are other characters you can have, but I guess
everyone has a killer Batman pitch for an Elseworld story.
I think it's just it's from a sales perspective. If Batman, if we can't sell this concept, if we can't sell Elseworlds with Batman, we ain't selling a Green Lantern story.
Yeah.
So
Green Lantern's kind of fallen off the road. As much as I love Green Lantern, he is nowhere near as popular as he was 6-7 years ago.
No, I don't know what that's all about. Is it just because of the stories, or is it
Well, I mean, Jeff Johns had this big epic, and once it concluded, it just never really picked up steam again. I mean, it kind of hit its peak at Blackest Night with the zombies, and it kept going strong, and everyone's like, yeah. Once it ended, the follow-ups, it's good again, but the in-between, there were some really bad stories. I think a lot of people just dropped off when they first came in and tried to pick up the pieces of Jeff Johns' run.
Oh.
That's
I mean, Jeff Johns ended it with an ending. Like, here's everyone in 10 years. I know it's not going to be in continuity, but here's how I would have ended it. You know, like,
Yeah, that's probably not the way to. That's probably not the best way to go.
no, exactly. So then you could literally just read Jeff Johns and be like, and I'm done. That was
Right.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess it's funny though. I like that. Like, I really like I like stories with endings. So I'm kind of like good.
Jump-off point.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, but then it kills you. It kills sales because then you're never gonna keep reading it.
Right.
Don't make your ending too satisfying. Now we still want people to buy it next month.
It's true. But that said, I also hate like those cliffhangers where it's like, where it's like it's a satisfying ending, and then the next page is like Mirror Master's like, but wait until you see my scheme, and you're like, all right.
All right,
They
Sam.
just did that in Red Hood and the Outlaws. They had a whole conclusion to Artemis and everything. Like, oh, cool, everything's kind of resolved right now. And like, oh, awesome. You turn the page and it's like Bizarro's like, I don't feel good. You're like, oh no!
Oh no!
We just resolved that!
Yeah. All right, what have we got next?
Well, keeping on the Batman front, this is a very Batman-heavy episode. Matt Reeves, who was also the director of the last two Planet of the Apes movies, he's coming in to do that new Ben Affleck Batman movie. And it was announced this week he's apparently junking the entire John Affleck script that they had and starting from scratch now.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
like.
my surprise face.
I mean, like, I'm not surprised at all, but I'm also kind of like a little bit surprised because it's like, who's in charge? Like, I thought that they had I thought they had the reins of this thing. Like, if Jeff Johns' script is getting thrown out, like, then.
Right, but they needed a director, and you think that the director who is now making Planet of the Apes movies, which people love and spend money on, is going to go in and be like, yeah, I'll sign something that says that I can't change anything in the script? No.
Yeah.
I can see
You know what I'm sure this is, too? I'm sure this is yet another reaction to Wonder Woman where it's like, oh, people really like that. Hey, that Batman script we got, make it more like Wonder Woman, please, in hopes that people will like it more.
But see, like that's I understand that, but that's kind of the wrong lesson. Like that worked for Wonder Woman because it's Wonder Woman.
And welcome to
Yeah.
What works for like a character doesn't necessarily mean it works for another character because they're different characters.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet.
Well, we do know. We certainly know that, like, yeah, you can't apply the Batman formula to Superman. It won't work.
What do you mean? It was amazing. It's called Man of Steel.
I know.
But Batman is so popular, we spent 6 years trying to make everything like Dark Knight because that was so great.
I was thinking about that recently, and this is not going to be a long tangent, just that I was thinking about Man of Steel, and I'm like, Zack Snyder didn't want to make Superman. He wanted to make Batman. So he made a Batman movie with powers.
Oh, that wasn't even he. I mean, you could tell based on you can tell with Man of Steel because like he has such utter loathing of Superman, but with Batman versus Superman, it's like, yeah, he just clearly wanted to make a Batman movie.
He took the job in hopes that, but I get to play with Batman later, right? If I do this, this Superman is like my broccoli. If I eat my broccoli, I can have my Batman dessert, right?
That's exactly what that is.
And I'm sorry, I just compared Superman to broccoli. I love them both. I don't want to say
broccoli's good for you.
it is. I don't want to say
It's
either.
little trees.
And so Superman.
Except for
Oh, and for the people who are saying they like Man of Steel, I actually did like Man of Steel, but you can't deny that it's not the Superman that we all expected.
Yeah.
You know,
and
It's
here's the
it's
thing.
taken almost 3 movies of them trying to give excuses for half the stuff that wasn't Superman.
Oh yeah, a lot of people like Man of Steel a lot, and in fact, like kind of like this is the Superman they've always wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fine, like that's good for you, but I don't think that Man of Steel came from a pure place of Zack Snyder being like, I really, really want to tell this Superman story. I think this really resonates with me as a character. Like, no, he's just like, I just want to do this so that I can get my Batman.
It was we needed
Honestly,
Superman.
I feel like he was like, well, I want to do Batman, but if you're going to make me do Man of Steel, well, we're going to pummel the city. We're just we're going to blow everything up. I'm
Yeah.
making my Transformers.
That's my compromise.
No question about that.
I mean, I feel confident in Reeves, especially because I'm super high on War for the Planet of the Apes right now. Because like those movies, not only were you would love them. Now's the time to see them. Not only are they great science fiction movies in a day and age where we don't get really good science fiction movies, but they're thinking man movies. They're layered. They're as socially conscious as the old Heston ones used to be. Like they're movies with messages.
The original series in full, and I have not seen any of the new ones because I don't want to ruin how much I liked those.
Yeah.
They're one of the genuinely few good like reboot trilogies because it's
you
like
say that, and if I go watch them and they don't hold up,
you'll be holding me
I'm going
responsible.
to go to Canada and choke you.
Ooh, it's gonna happen.
You know what? I believe in these movies, so I think that's fine. I will accept that. Because here's the thing. They start so long before the Heston movies go in a completely different direction, but keep the themes and the concepts that made the Heston one so good. And I think that's really cool.
Have you seen the original, not the Heston one, the series, the original series?
What, like the animated Planet of the Apes one?
No, there's like 8 movies in the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
Everything
Beneath,
that happened in
Escape, Battle
Heston's
for...
in only 2 of them.
Yeah.
He's in the first 2, and then he drops
Yeah,
out.
no, I see, when I worked at GameStop, I was like 16, 17. Someone traded in the full collection. I bought them all and just sat and watched the whole thing. And everything you've seen, this is not happening before. This is the same movie themes. That's why.
Oh, well, because
All
they
of
get
this
crazy
happened in the
later.
originals.
Yeah.
Because they get like crazy later. You get like mutants that live under New York, and then you get time travel with Roddy McDowall. Like, that's the thing. People remember the first 2 Heston ones. They get so much crazier after.
They do get crazy, but Planet, Beneath, Escape, Conquest, Battle, all of that was great. It was really good.
Yeah, and the reboot trilogy is good too, because they go in a different direction and tell a different sort of story.
But we
But
all
stay
agree.
No,
that
they
Tim
don't. They
Burton
still
was
have the
not.
same war. I mean, I haven't seen them, so
They-
unless like the war is like a subplot.
They have a war. This is like basically like it's like the story of Ultimate Caesar, like the ape that all the other apes looked up to and everything. This is his story of being like the
Caesar
first
in the
ape.
original Planet of the Apes movies as well, but
Okay, actually, I got a way to do all this. First, you haven't seen the original 5, right, Joel?
No, I have.
Like all of them, all the way through.
I've seen the first 3
Okay,
a
so you
bunch.
haven't seen all of them. Have you or Tiffany seen Sally? You or Tiffany seen all 5?
yeah.
I have seen parts of all of them, and I've seen the first and second one all the way through.
Which
And I
one was the
love-
time travel one?
I think that was the third one.
Was that a third one?
It wasn't the second one.
No, I thought it was the second. Oh,
The-
no, it's
the second one is mutants, and it's all an allegory for Vietnam. And then I think the third one is the time travel one.
It's when Cornelius goes back in time.
Yes. Yes.
And Ricardo Montalban is in that one for a minute.
Okay, no, the only reason I ask is I want to get the opinions of someone who has actually seen all 5 and all 3.
Oh, I
If
haven't
it's
seen
the
all
same
3. I haven't seen
idea.
any of the new Planet of the Apes movies.
See, neither have I. So you're kind of in my boat, Sally. You're like, I watched the originals. Fuck the new one.
I saw the originals and I was like, how many I don't want to watch Humanity Fall again. Like the parts that were interesting were the parts where humanity already fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was neat when we get to see like the explanation for like why apes become intelligent is hilarious in the original Planet of the Apes.
really
Like,
is.
I like that where it's like all dogs and cats like die and they get a disease and so monkeys become pets and then Caesar was the first ape who said no and it becomes this whole thing. I like that a lot. I think that's really fun.
Yeah.
But like for me, for my money, my Planet of the Apes movies are the first one and the ridiculous lore associated with that future. It's more like
that's what I mean. That's what I like, and I mean I don't mind seeing the new ones, but I don't want it to ruin that. So I'm looking for somebody.
I
who
think
has
they're
seen
good.
all 3.
I feel like they're very different. I feel like
They are.
You're not going to be able to confuse them or feel like it's superseding the other. Like I haven't seen them, but from what they look like they almost look like maybe in another 2 movies we'll actually get like the reboots of the Planet of the Apes movies we like.
You're not wrong, Sal. Because
We already got that. It's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, we did.
Didn't happen.
I was so certain that was going to be the end of Mark Wahlberg's sudden and new career. I'm like, is that Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch? Does he really think does he really think anyone's going to take him seriously? And then, like, everyone did, and I'm like, whoa. But then I saw The Departed, and I was like, oh, okay, he's actually good.
I was gonna say, here's the thing: there's no one who can tell you whether or not it's gonna ruin it for you, Benny, because like
Until you see.
no, not even necessarily you see them. Because here's the thing: it depends on his connection to it. Like if he has a strong connection to it, even if they are totally different, like they're gonna look different, they're gonna feel different. You know, it's written by someone totally different. It's created with totally different technology. It's created with totally different intent. So at the end, it could, in a sense, just because of the fact that you know that it exists and you know that maybe not everything lines up the way that it should, 100%.
Yeah.
So
I
like.
think they're far enough removed from the original.
I
But that's
feel like
just
it
me
won't.
talking.
I feel
But like, here's the
it
thing. I think
can't.
at the end of the day, if Benny sees the Planet of the Apes or he doesn't see those 3 Planet of the Apes, it's not going to destroy like his ability to communicate communicate with the rest of us nerds.
No.
So,
who are you? I have to watch football and sports now.
Oh,
And
man,
Planet
I
of
would
the Apes.
feel so bad about that. He hated the 3 Planet of the Apes movies so much he started watching sports.
I'm watching
I'm a
the sports balls now, guys.
I'm watching the
What
sports
did I
balls.
do? I'm a monster.
I gave up entirely on comics because of this.
I killed a man's love for
Yeah,
nerds.
because of Planet of the Apes, a totally unrelated thing.
well, to be fair, like,
Because
all right,
I hate Batman now. I'm gonna go tattoo over my Batman tattoo with a football.
I loved the original Planet of the Apes, so when the Tim Burton one came out, I went and saw it with my mom, who was like not into sci-fi but loved the Planet of the Apes movie, and like that, like I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. I'm glad we saw that together. Even she was like, this is no.
This is real bad.
No. But like now every time I see that, every once in a while, all I can think of it is a terrible movie.
Oh, you know what's great? Benny, you would love this. Planet of the Apes Star Trek comic.
Oh no, I've been reading that. Oh, Planet of the Apes. I've read the Planet of the Apes Green Lantern.
That was great
What
as
is
well. But no, the Planet of the Apes Star Trek, because it's the original series show meets the Charlton Heston movie.
Nice.
And so it's like those characters, and it's beautiful. It's so it's written very similarly to both styles, and it's actually kind of amazing how well they mesh. Oh, like they bump into they bump into Taylor, and Taylor, he gets beamed up to the Enterprise, and then he tries to take over because he's like, I have to get out of here.
I like it.
He's the enemy of Star Trek, of the Enterprise.
Nice.
Because he tries to take over the Enterprise. It's gold, man. I read it when we were they were filming. We filmed we were the background of an episode of Comic Book Men, and so I had to pretend to read the same comic for about an hour, and literally that was in front of me. I'm like, I'm gonna read the Planet of the Apes Star Trek crossover. Read it from cover to cover, and I'm like, okay, that was worth. They're like, cut. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I didn't get in the episode, but I did get to read that comic for free. So bye.
So really, you won.
But it's worth it.
Probably could have read it for free anyway. I mean,
Yeah, but but
only douchey comic book stores are like, put your book down. You have to buy it.
this is true.
We're not a library.
Yeah, we're not a library. Have you guys been to a comic book store? There's a comic book store, I don't remember if it's even in business anymore, but there used to be one. All the new books, they bagged and boarded them.
Oh.
I've been to places that do that. Yeah.
Where they put them on the rack and they're like, there's the issue. If you'd like to read it, it'll be $5.
See, at least, I still don't agree with, like, you shouldn't be, you can't flip through the issue. Because I've known a lot of people who were not going to buy a comic, they flipped through the issue, and they were like, I'm buying the comic now. You know?
You do it in everything. In periodicals, libraries, bookstores, everything. Even Amazon gives away the first 6 freaking pages.
It's true.
Exactly. But what I would, I mean, I get that, and I at least applaud those places for not just putting up a sign and yelling at you. At
Right.
least they're putting a detractor away, and you're getting a board and a bag for it.
Right. No, that's true. You are getting the board and bag. And they better
Right.
not...
So at least they're putting something out there that says, please don't read these, or we will yell at you. You know,
Right.
like,
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. Don't charge me for the bag and board, then.
right. Oh, yeah, I've been in places that'll do that too, and I'm like, I don't want the board and bag. Like,
Yeah.
well, we'll take that back. Like, no, you had that on the shelf. Like,
Yeah, no. You already
You're
used it.
inflating your prices here.
Exactly. So what else we got? We're almost done. So what have we got?
These last ones are really quick. So, hey, October is coming up. That means Halloween, and DC has got us covered because they've got a ton of new horror-themed books coming our way. There's the DC House of Horror #1 special, which looks to be much like their Christmas special from last year, where it's like, hey, here's a bunch of writers you don't know yet, but we feel really good about writing some horror stories for you. And then Ragman's going to be getting a mini, and Deadman's going to be getting a mini around the same time. I know, right?
So excited for all of this.
DC has just been rapid fire killing it. Like, everything they're putting out, I'm reading right now.
I know.
And this isn't even an argument of like, oh, well, Marvel sucks and DC's
No.
great. Because if you flip back like 2 years ago during DCU, like, I was swearing off DC.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I am only reading Batman because it's Batman. You
Right.
know? It's so, but like, to go to the point where I'm only reading Batman, and I was reading Flash at the time, but even Flash, but that's only because Flash is the only one that didn't change during DCU.
Mm-hmm.
Flash was like, "Oh, everyone's changing. We're gonna fight Reverse Flash again." Okay,
although
I'll buy
he did
that.
get his TV show costume for like no reason.
He did, yeah. They changed his costume. That was what they changed in the Flash. I was like, okay, cool. But to go from like, oh, I'm only reading Batman and the Flash because that's how bad DC was doing.
Yeah.
To literally going out and buying the Looney Tunes combo and being like, I'm gonna try it.
And it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how do we go that far in the other direction?
Oh man.
I don't know.
It's a
I
roller
want
coaster,
Marvel
man.
to do something that makes me be like, I'm on board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I think it just takes waking up and realizing. But hang on, before we continue this conversation, Blue Blaze just subscribed.
Welcome, Blue Blaze. Thank you, man.
Splooge.
So the DC House of Horror is 80 pages.
Nice.
I'm like, yes, I want that.
That's awesome.
Because here's the thing: they're not all going to be great out of the short stories there, but some of them are going to be awesome. And I like the little promo art for it and everything like that. It's just. I mean, like, and the idea of just doing the minis, like, hey, here's a Ragman story. Nobody's gonna necessarily buy a Ragman series, but it's a mini,
Yeah,
so,
that's
so
smart.
people are going to be more willing to give it a try because it's not a commitment.
And it's Ray Fox, who's been basically one of the only people holding down the paranormal side of the DC universe for a while now.
Yeah.
It just really
What happened to
cool.
that Deadman story? Did it ever finish?
Oh yeah, the House of Love or whatever. Yeah, it finished.
That was
Wait. Did you read some of the little mini stories that are going to be in the House of Horror thing?
No, I didn't. What are they?
Like, one of them is Martha Kent fights for her life against a creature from a spacecraft that lands in front of her farmhouse.
Oh.
One of them's about a young woman who's possessed by the spirit of a murderous Amazon. I'm like, yes.
I'm in.
Oh, good. What else is there? Did they announce anything else?
The last surviving member of the Justice League faces down a horror beyond imagining.
Is it the Dark Universe?
I don't know.
Is
I'm
it
in.
Cthulhu?
Yeah, they're fighting Cthulhu now.
Is it Zool?
Yes, we brought in Zool, Joel.
Pretty sure. It also looks like
You know, Joel, I just want to say, being away for a while, I forgot why I had such disdain for you.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
I'm looking at the little image they have of it. I love that it looks like the Flash is a werewolf and Batman's a vampire and he's biting the Flash. Like,
What does that make the Flash?
some sort of. I think it makes him Underworld.
Yeah, it makes him under.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Man, I'm Underworld now. Really? We're going to make that reference.
they keep making those movies.
That's another franchise I just fell off the rocker on.
I agree.
Yeah. Wait, were you on board?
I wasn't the first one.
There was a time when it's like, yo, black leather and vampires all fighting each other. All right, this is early 2000s.
Yeah.
I was like, keep in mind, when the first one came out, I think I was like 16. So you had this really hot girl running around in black leather being like, I'm a vampire.
You're like, right on, I'm down. I'm a vampire too. Let's do this.
Oh!
Also, Kevin Garreau is in those freaking movies. Or at least he was the first one.
That was the weirdest thing ever. That franchise went dormant for like 15 years, and they come back with, here's the third one. I'm like, wow, Kate Beckinsale hasn't aged at all.
Yeah. I was right to like her.
Yeah, exactly. This was a wise choice.
Thanks, Underworld, for protecting me from women aging.
Oh.
But yeah, continuing on for new DC comics, we all know DC Bombshells, right? Based on the series of variant covers and statues, ended up being way better and way more popular than it probably had any right to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, they're going back to that well yet again to give us a new series of digital comics, Gotham City Garage, which is set in a strange cyberpunk future wherein all your favorite heroes, maybe just heroines, I don't know, ride awesome motorbikes.
It's probably going to be heroines, because that's a line of statues which has all the women.
There you go. I remember.
right.
That's right. I was like,
saw there's a Wonder Woman one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they've got a whole line of... It's just what happened with Bombshells. They made a line of statues that involved all the women, and then they just like, now there's a comic!
and here's the comic. Because why not? I mean, like, fair enough.
So if this is your particular fetish, thumbs up for you.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
motorcycles are cool. Chicks riding them is cool. I'm down.
The only thing I didn't like about those is there's no indication that the characters are superheroes, from what I remember. I'm trying to find them now.
They're
I didn't buy into
fighting
that
an
line
evil Lex
because
Luthor.
They don't look like the character. It's like, this is Catwoman. Yeah, here it is. I'll show you Catwoman. it's like not like if you don't know what Catwoman looks like exactly, I'm talking like head and everything.
Yeah.
This would just look like a girl in a bikini top on a motorcycle.
Hey, the thing that disappoints me. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's what I mean. Like I get what they're going for, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, no.
Yeah, but she has a cat next to her.
see, okay, I haven't seen this one. This is that Wonder Woman you mentioned. So at least she's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I like
Catwoman
the
was the first one that came out, and it didn't look like Wonder Woman. So I was like, I'm not going to be in this line.
I
I
really
don't
like
just
the
need
Wonder Woman
statues of women on motorcycles in my house. Like,
Yeah.
I personally like the Harley Quinn one because she's got a little candy cane sidecar with Bud and Lou the hyenas in it, and I'm like, that's nice.
That's
yeah,
cool.
no, but imagine taking off the face paint on Harley Quinn. It would be very hard to fully tell that is her.
Yeah, it's true. The helmets are all incorporating their designs, which is really cool. The Catwoman one looks more like the Halle Berry design.
Yeah,
Let me give you guys
I know,
something.
right? I'm glad that's not just me who thought that.
That is, so that's the Harley one. I haven't looked into these since the initial one came out. So these two are the ones that came out recently, and the one that turned me off of the line was this one. Let me show you guys. I'm linking them. That's why this is the original one. And when I saw that Catwoman one, I'm like, it's cool, but if you can't tell it's Catwoman, I don't care. You know?
Right.
Did you guys ever watch that short-lived show, Motor City?
No.
It was a Disney XD show by I think like one of the Megas XLR guys. Basically, the plot for Gotham City Garage is very similar to Motor City in a dark cyberpunk future. Freedom fighters on awesome vehicles battle an evil corporation that's taken over the Earth. In this case, it's Lex Luthor.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you, when you first linked or listed this as part of the news, I must have skimmed this in a way, and then I was really disappointed because what I read was Gotham City Garage Sale, and I was like, okay!
I'm going!
Yes!
Where do I go
I was
for
like, that is way less exciting.
Got all these chairs that belong to the Penguin, and I got them at a great price.
Oh, this is cool. Look at the Batgirl one, though.
Thank you.
I feel like I must not have been the only one who didn't buy the Catwoman because the costume wasn't incorporated. Because these all have the rest. The rest of them all do.
Yeah, at least her bike looks like it has little yellow wings. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it doesn't mean the rest of them look like the characters.
Yeah, you're right.
Then he has high standards on his statues. They need to look like.
Have you seen how many statues I have, Joel? There's no room for shit. It's gotta be good. I need quality.
So I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was just looking at all their bases, and I was like, "Wow, Catwoman's base is not very intricate."
No.
But then I looked at it again. It looks like sand. Is that supposed to be like a litter box?
Oh, that makes sense. Basically, the first one was Catwoman, and we can all agree that was a bad, I guess, a front line for the line.
Yeah, that's not the way to start.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, do we have anything else?
Yes, we have one last.
Just allow. I did get the Diva Mecha statue. I'll have it when it comes in.
Oh, let me know when you get it. Tell me if it's worth it, because it's really.
We saw it at Anime Expo. It's so worth it.
Oh.
It's like this freaking tall. It's huge.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's massive.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh, it looks so beautiful.
This last story is really short here to take us out here. Apparently, the casting call went out for Flash Season 4, and one of the characters that they are casting is Ralph Dibny, the Elongated Man.
Yeah, that he seems really well. The Elongated Man, most of the JSA or Justice League International characters really lend themselves, I think, to that universe. And so
I agree.
That sounds great.
What's interesting, though, if you read the description of it, the character they're describing that they're looking for doesn't sound so much like the Ralph Dibny that we know from the comics, because they're saying they're looking for a guy in his 30s, a guy who, might have a bit of a wild side to it. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like Dibny from the comics. But then it hit me, I'm like, wait, this is Ralph before he's in a relationship with Sue Dibny. This is that's probably his arc for this.
He's a wild child until he meets the right woman, and then
there you
things
go.
turn around for him.
Also, too, the Flash show lost Kavanaugh again because they lose Kavanaugh every season. So, Barry needs a positive older male role model to look up to.
Right,
Better just be Kavanaugh again as he comes back as another version of himself.
My buddy Matt made that exact same joke. It's like they should just cast Kavanaugh as Ralph Dibny. Be like, yeah, I'm the Wells from Earth 2016.
Exactly. Dude, if they Flash was so amazing in season 1. Season 2 was really good, and in season 3, I'm just like, why are you doing everything from season 1 and 2 again?
Yeah, it hit the third season slump pretty goddamn hard. There's no
Because it was
denying.
the same exact shit.
It was.
Oh, there's another speedster. Oh, we're gonna train another guy. Oh,
Even-
you gotta get faster. Come on, Byron, you can do it, buddy.
Even the reveal of the speedsters, like, you just took a fan theory from the first 2 seasons and just did it straight-faced, is all you did.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say goddamn.
I fell off the rocker season 3, and then
Hey.
the whole Savitar thing, Blue Lightning. I'm like, I know who the fuck that is. Did you read comics? Like, it's almost like they just grabbed like a year ago's comics. Oh, this would be cool.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. They keep promising 4 will be better. Thinker will be the villain, so you won't have any more speedsters. They're bringing back the rogues. Now they're, dingling Dibney in front of us, being like, oh, you like that elongated man, don't you?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. The Thinker, cool. $5 says 10 episodes in, we're gonna have a speedster from another Earth just for at least a single episode.
Oh my god.
Who is left? What speedster haven't they done yet? They've done Nemesis.
They
they've
introduced
done
the
Reverse
Accelerated Man, but we didn't see him.
That's
There you
right.
go. And that's they paid it off. They gotta pay it off.
There's your guy.
Oh, there you go.
So that's it.
We complained about Flash for a little while, but
Exactly. I was going to say, before we go, Kale B. Xavier subscribed for 25 months in a row.
thanks, man.
Holy
Yeah.
crap,
Crap.
Caleb. Thank you.
That is a super fan
You're-
right there.
You're a real MVP.
Yeah.
Someone said that there's news about The Rock and Shazam 7 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, according to this, the Shazam movie will not feature Black Adam.
What?
Wow. Well, it had to have gone that way at some point. They're clearly just developing Black Adam as a passion project for The Rock, completely
nuts.
divorced from Shazam.
I'm trying to.
But how's The Rock going to be Black Adam, though, if he's going to be running for president in the next 4 years?
Yeah.
How's that going to happen? Can he do
It's a
both?
rumor. Hold on. It's a rumor that Warner Brothers plans to put the Shazam movie into production early next year. The source broke the news, states that the character will not be going up against the character's most iconic villain. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been involved with the project since almost its inception,
Yeah.
having been given the choice of either playing Captain Marvel or Shazam. Captain Marvel, Shazam, or Black Adam. Johnson chose the latter, and word soon spread that Black Adam would then get his own feature film. Now we're learning that the upcoming Shazam film will not feature Black Adam in any capacity.
Well, as I understand it, I remember hearing a rumor that they wanted to save Black Adam and have him fight Superman instead.
I heard that, too.
Just like, what are you doing?
It's nice to know you don't know any other Superman villains who you could actually put against Superman, and it's nice to know you never cared about Shazam to begin with.
Yep.
I will say this. As much as there is a nice plethora of super... Think about we got rid of Zod already,
Yeah.
Doomsday, and Lex. So the big 3 are out the window. Now we don't want to jump all the way into Cyborg Superman
No.
or Eradicator yet. You can't do any
Or
of that.
even Mongol, who will probably be too close to Darkseid anyway.
Still a great character,
But
though.
with the death of Superman, we could set up for those characters as we're getting there.
Totally.
But they can't really be the next movie. Why not throw Black Adam in there? Because the issue with Superman has always been he's so strong. What does he fight? And he always gets those weird. But Black Adam's magic based.
Right.
What about
What about
Brainiac? I want to see.
Brainiac?
Yeah, I want to see goddamn.
I think Brainiac's going to be the big villain of the post Darkseid thing.
That'd be cool.
Think about how many times Brainiac has been brought in as he's not here as Superman's villain. He's here as the League's. He's taking the world.
What about Bizarro?
What about Berserk?
As much as I want to joke about Bizarro, if you're not reading Scott Liddell's new Red Hood and the Outlaws, Bizarro is goddamn incredible.
Well,
What
yeah,
he has
but
built.
I'm saying original Bizarro. Like, you just have him show up, and then they won't know what to do with him in the movie because they'll just be like, okay.
They could have
no.
Patrick Warburton play Bizarro.
Oh my god!
I know what
cool.
you're saying. I'm just throwing out in favor of Bizarro. If you're not reading Red Hood, I'm not joking. Go read the first 12 issues. Seriously, it is incredible.
That's what I hear.
Scott Liddell has redeemed every problem he's had up until now. Now that I've said that, the next arc's going to bomb.
He's gonna whiz it.
Oh, of course.
Well, there you have it, everybody. That was all the news that was fit to print as far as we were concerned in any capacity. But we want to thank you all for hanging out with us and chatting. I want to thank Benny and Fat Deadpool for joining us.
That's
And
the
of course,
one.
don't forget, if you want to see this show succeed, thank you, Fat Deadpool, for coming back. we got the weekly poll, our sister show, The Poll, and another show over on another channel, the Elseworlds Exchange, is all up for awards on podcastawards.com. Go to the description box below this video if you are watching this after the fact, or just go into the chat and find the link for podcastawards.com. Vote for us all in there. We're not competing against each other. We can all win, so help us out. You want to play us out?
Fat Deadpool over all of them. I'm in every category with my own podcast. Fat Deadpool eats chimichangas. It's what I do in my off time, and I discuss political news about my favorite superhero, Colonel America of the Venom symbiote universe.
Nice.
That sounds like a winner of a book right there.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out with us, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.